Thinking about moving to Spain in 2025? Are you trying to figure out how you can get there, where to live, what the cost of living is like, and what kind of taxes you'll pay? This video is for you. Hey guys, I'm Johnny. I'm originally from the UK, but I've been living here in Spain for the last 4 years. I'm really enjoying my time here. I have seen a lot of the country, and I also have a pretty good idea of how Spain works when it comes to administration, bureaucracy, and things like taxes. These are all important things to consider if you are planning on moving to Spain in 2025. So I am going to talk you through all the important things you need to know when thinking about moving here. Let's start with residency and how you can actually move to Spain. If you are a European Union citizen or a family member of an EU citizen, then it's relatively straightforward for you. You can simply come to Spain as an EU citizen, register with the police as a foreign EU national. You and your family member, if applicable, then register your address at the town hall and you're pretty much good to go. If you are a third country or non-EU national, then things get a little bit more complicated, but there are still ways for you to be able to move to Spain. In this video, I am going to talk about 3 types of visas that you can use as a foreigner to move to Spain. The first is the non-lucrative visa, or the NLV as it's known. It's basically a 1-year visa that can be renewed and eventually lead to permanent residency, where you can stay in Spain provided that you have sufficient financial means to sustain yourself for the period you will be in the country. What does sufficient financial means mean? Well, in the case of the NLV, it's providing that you have 4 times the IPREM, which is Spain's multi-effect income indicator. In 2023, the IPREM value was 600 euros per month. So that would mean for a non-lucrative visa, you either need to provide proof that you have an income of 2,400 euros per month or around 29,000 euros in a bank account per year. This income can be savings in a bank account, or it can be passive income from investments or property as well. Because it's a non-lucrative visa, it doesn't give you the right to work in Spain. It's for passive income or people who have enough savings. So it's ideal for investors who want to spend some time in Spain, or even for retirees if you have a large nest egg and enough money coming in to support yourself in Spain. Now, for people with large amounts of capital looking to make an investment in Spain, there's a lucrative visa option for you as well. There are several ways to get a golden visa. Probably the most well-known is by making a property purchase of 500,000 euros. Doing so can open the door to eligibility for a golden visa, but you don't necessarily have to make a property purchase. You can, for example, deposit 1 million euros into a bank account in Spain, or you can buy 1 million euros worth of shares in a Spanish company that has activities in Spain. The other investment that will give you eligibility for a golden visa is investing 2 million euros in Spanish public debt securities. And the third visa, which was introduced last year, is the digital nomad visa. Now, this visa is intended for people who are remote workers or who are self-employed. They have their own business, but the company they work for or their business entity is based outside of Spain. So under this digital nomad visa, you'd essentially be coming to Spain, living there, while being employed by a foreign company and receiving your income from a foreign company. Similar to the non-lucrative visa, the digital nomad visa also has an income requirement, which is that you earn at least twice the Spanish minimum wage. The minimum wage in Spain in 2023 was 1,080 euros per month, so you'd have to provide an income of at least 2,160 euros per month. It's important to know that as I make this video, the government is trying to negotiate an increase in the minimum wage. So it's likely that for 2025, if they achieve this increase, then of course, the requirements for the digital nomad visa will increase as well. And just like with the NLV, the IPREM is also likely to change for 2025. So factor in that you will probably need a little bit more than the figures I have given you in this video. Now that we've covered different types of residency, let's talk about where you can go and live in Spain. Spain is so diverse in terms of its culture, its climate, and what you can expect in each region. Let's start with Madrid, the capital. This is where I live. Madrid is honestly one of my favorite cities in the world. It's full of art, culture, and events. It's great for young people to explore, go out, and meet one another. It's a very international city, but it still manages to maintain the essence of Spanish culture. It's fantastic in terms of the variety of food and restaurants available. And it has fantastic architecture and attractions like Retiro Park and Casa de Campo. Let's not forget, of course, the Prado Museum, Gran Via, and the two major football stadiums in the city. There's so much to do in Madrid. The other big popular city in Spain is, of course, Barcelona in the northeast, in Catalonia. I lived in Barcelona very briefly many years ago. Barcelona is also a fantastic city, also very international, with more of a Catalan flair, but many similar things that Madrid has in terms of nightlife and professional opportunities. And one thing Barcelona has that Madrid doesn't is that it has beaches, as it's on the coast. It also has a milder climate in winter. It's warmer than Madrid in the winter, and it is also cooler than Madrid in the summer because you have the breeze coming in from the sea. Not too far from Barcelona, a bit smaller but with a similar feel, are Valencia and Alicante. It is worth noting that these two cities were named as two of the most expat-friendly cities in the world, along with Madrid, for 2023. I've been to both of them. For me, Valencia feels like Barcelona on a smaller, less hectic scale. And Alicante is very, very popular with UK holidaymakers. Also very popular in Spain is the south, particularly the region of Andalucía, where you have cities like Ceuta, Seville, Granada, and Malaga, and Cadiz, all fantastic cities. Of course, Malaga and Cadiz are coastal cities with beaches, and Granada, Seville, and Ceuta are more inland but have fantastic architecture and are wonderful cities. You have the Alhambra in Granada and the Real Alcázar in Seville. A part of Spain that people often overlook is the north. Places like the Basque Country, Asturias, and Galicia, which are beautiful regions. They have a much cooler climate than the rest of Spain, a more temperate climate. A bit like the UK, in a sense, it rains quite a bit. But in the north, you have a lot of green space. You have large mountains like the Picos de Europa in Asturias. You also have wonderful seafood in Galicia. These are becoming very popular summer destinations due to the extreme heat that cities like Madrid and even the southern coast experience. A lot of people go north for the cooler, more temperate summers. So don't rule out cities like Bilbao, Santander, Oviedo, Jaén, La Coruña, and Santiago de Compostela. Wonderful cities with great food and natural beauty. And lastly, Spain also has islands. You have the Balearic Islands to the east, but you also have the Canary Islands, which are actually off the coast of West Africa. The Canary Islands are very popular for holidaymakers with good weather all year round. The Balearic Islands also have wonderful scenery, with a lot of luxurious properties built on islands like Mallorca, so they are very popular with international travelers. And although you might move to one part of Spain, definitely go and see the rest of the country. It's very easy to get around, whether by car. Spain has very good road networks or the Avenue high-speed trains, which can get you almost anywhere in Spain in 3 to 4 hours. You can also fly, though there is new legislation pending that seeks to limit short domestic flights. Now, in choosing a place to live, it's also important to consider your tax implications. Depending on your income, taxes in Spain can end up being quite high, and where you choose to live can also determine how much tax you pay. The reason is because income tax is made up of two components. First, there's the state tax from the central Spanish government, and the second part is made of autonomous region taxes. The central government taxes are the same for everyone, but the autonomous community taxes can vary depending on where you live. For example, someone living in Madrid earning 30,000 euros a year will pay less tax than someone living in Valencia or Barcelona who makes the same amount of money, because of the way the autonomous community taxes are structured. So it is definitely important to get proper tax advice and look at the tax implications of moving to Spain. Also consider if Spain has a double taxation treaty with your country. For high earners, a scheme exists that allows you to pay lower taxes for 5 years if it is your first time moving to Spain, and it's known as the Beckham Law. Under the Beckham Law, foreigners can pay a flat tax of 24% on income up to 600,000 euros a year for a period of 5 years. I hope this video was useful. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content about living in Spain. See you in the next one.